Good evening, everybody. I'm going to jump right into it today. I received a package from Pitstop Kitchen and Garden, and I want to show you guys what I got. I want to say a special thanks to Pitstop. I greatly appreciate her sharing her bounty with me. Let's see. I just got it, so I'm just opening it up, and I'm hoping that it's still alive in here. I think I'm going to have to open it up a little bit wider. There we go. Trying not to cut myself in the process. Oh, wow. I was not expecting this. I was expecting one tiny... What is this? Pitstop. Oh my goodness, she has blessed me. You have blessed me. Oh my goodness, look at this, you guys. Now the leaves are all dried up and it looks a little scary, so I'm going to plant these up right now, but let me show you guys what I have here. And I was not expecting this. I received a yellow apple and a fig. It looks like a yellow apple and a fig. Wow. I'm gonna have to get some more cups. Okay, let's see. That's in that one. I received. I'm so dumbfounded. I was expecting one thing and I received a lot more. I received a yellow apple and a fig. I received, oh my goodness, an Asian pear. And I received a white pomegranate. Oh, Pitstop Kitchen and Garden. I just, thank you. Thank you so much. I was expecting just the white pomegranate. I wasn't expecting anything else. And I really do hope that I can salvage, because the leaves are all dry. But that's okay. I'm going to place that over there. What I brought out, I'm a little surprised here. I brought out a peekaboo cup. Just one, because I was expecting just one. I do have more in here. They were for something else, but that's okay. That's why we buy those bags of cups, right? So let me move some things around. Now, for those of you who have seen my previous videos, you know about the peekaboo cups. For those of you who are new and you don't know about the peekaboo cups, you just take 2 cups, one clear, one colored, any kind you want. You clip a hole with scissors, which I've already done. Can you all see that? You clip a hole in the bottom so that you can have drainage. Can you guys see that? So that you can have drainage, you clip a hole in the bottom. I put a rubber band on my cup so that my plastic bag can be held down by the rubber band. I try to make a temporary greenhouse. Now, I have my bucket down here full of soil. We are in the shed. I am going to fill my bucket full of soil. Here's my soil. Not bucket, cup. Fill my cup full of soil. Now, it's best to make sure that your soil is moist. So let me get some water over here in the corner. I have some water, so hold that thought. I have reused you all probably know what this is. It's a reuse. I'm not going to say what was in it, but you all probably know what it is. And I just put some holes in it. So I'm just going to water this in. And I had to water it in from the bottom so that I didn't spill water all over the place, because I have holes everywhere. I was going crazy with the holes. There we go. And I just want to make sure that this soil is moist. It is coming through the bottom, but Not all the soil is moist, but it should be. And I'm not gonna put the clipping in here with the soil as wet as it is, but I wanted to make sure that this soil was moist. I'm gonna make sure that it's not dripping wet. But that's the soil. And I'm gonna place this back into my cup for just a moment. Now I'm gonna go and take the pomegranate clipping. I cannot believe you. You have surprised me. I'm not quite sure if this, like I said, I'm not quite sure if it's going to live because it looks very dry. The paper towel is bone dry. And I tried to check my mail more often. I'm very guilty of not checking the mail. But I did make a point to go out and check. But I'm not sure about how these are going to fare. So let's see. I'm going to get my shears, my clippers, and I'm going to see if there's any life in, and there are several here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white pomegranate clippings. And I'm going to see if there's any life. I'm going to just cut off some ends. See if there's any green in there. And it's not looking altogether promising. On this one, there's a tiny bit of green, but it's dry. Yeah, they are extremely dry. I don't know if they're going to, if it's viable. Oh, this one has a lot of nice green on it. And I know Let Farmer 73, I'm going to mention him in my video because he knows so much about trees. And I just finished watching one of his lives. And he said to completely disrupt the cambium layer. He said, make sure that you don't see any green, because if you see any green, the tree or limb will believe that it's still connected and it will continue to try and keep that connection. So I'm going to take that little limb off. And I'm going to see about cutting this off at the bottom. Yeah. There we go. Just trying to get some exposed area, just enough. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to take the, there we go. Take the bark off. All right, there was green on this one. So I have my rooting hormone here. I'm going to place this in the rooting hormone like so. Tap it off, get any excess off. Just like so. And I feel like I need to go further because this is where a branch was coming out right here. And I did go up to a branch piece. I cut it off there. I don't know. I feel like I got to take just a little bit more off, only because it's so dry and I want to make sure I get near a node. Okay. I'm probably doing more than I should, but I want to make sure that I get it. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more rooting hormone on it, and then I'm going to take this baby, and I know that seemed really brutal, but I'm going to place it in. I had my pencil out here, but After seeing all of those clippings, I'm lost sight of it. Okay, so I'm going to place this inside of my soil like so. I took my pencil and made a hole, and I just dropped my pencil on the ground. Silly me. And I'm going to just firm the soil around this clipping like so. And this soil was moist. Some of it was still dry, some of it was moist. There's only 2 drops inside of the cup. I'm actually going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of this cup. And I brought a plastic bag out. And what I do is I take the plastic bag, open it up, and I place it over my clipping just like that. That's why I have the rubber band, so that it can make a makeshift greenhouse. And I just kind of bend it on one end, bring that rubber band up and over, and secure it just like so. And I don't usually spray the bag with water, and I just place it inside of the cup just like that. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this inside the indoor greenhouse. Now I'm going to go and look at a few more of these clippings. I'm going to place this down on the floor just like that, because I want to make sure that I get as many of these as I can if they're viable. The 2 that I clipped, they were very dry. There didn't seem to be a lot of green. And this one might be salvageable. So I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to turn you guys around so that you can see what I'm doing versus looking at me. So let me turn you guys are in the bucket. And what I did was I took this clipping right here, and I began to peel back some of the bark to try to expose the cambium layer. And it looks very, very green. It looks very dry. I don't know whether or not it's going to be viable, but I'm going to try to salvage if I can. I hate to lose the clippings. She worked so hard to send it, and yeah, I'm just going to take it down like I did the other one. And this is the last one I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to do the rest off camera, and what I'll show you is the final result. And hopefully I can get these to grow root, but I don't know. They're dry. All right, then I take my rooting hormone, place it inside the rooting hormone like so, tap it off like that. And then I did not have a cup ready. I have some cups over here. They were for something else, but I'm going to use them anyway. Place some soil in there like that. I'm going to moisten the soil because I don't want to put this in a dry soil mixture. I don't believe that would be beneficial. And I've lost sight of my pencil. I'm just so flustered, you guys. Just receiving such blessings I didn't expect. I can't find it. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Oh, I know. I dropped it on the floor. So I have my pencil, put a hole, place my clipping inside, and firm around it just like that. And I don't have another Ziploc bag out here, all I have is, let's see, I will place the bag that was sent over it, since it's a tinier clipping, like so. And then I will go inside and get a rubber band and secure it with a rubber band like that, and keep going. And I'll show you guys what it looks like, the final result, in just a moment. One last thing to show you guys. I bought a pomegranate from the grocery store last week, and I saved some of the seeds. I let them dry on a paper towel. And what I did with some of them is I placed them on a wet paper towel, hope you guys can see, inside of this mushroom container that I saved. And I placed a a plastic bag over it to make a miniature greenhouse. And all I did was moisten the paper towel. And you can see that there's a lot of condensation already on this plastic bag. And it's only been a couple days since I put these in here. So I'm going to show you guys an update on these seeds, as well as the clippings that I received, so that you guys can see how quickly pomegranate seeds grow and how those clippings are doing. I'm hopeful that they survive. So let's get back to those clippings. I had to bring this party inside. Sorry about that, I kicked you guys. Was losing light, as you all know. If you're new to my channel and you don't know, I am an evening gardener, and I was losing light, so I had to bring this party inside. Now my dining room table does look like a potting shed, so that's a part of my life. So I have planted up these beautiful gifts that I received. I do apologize that I'm a little bit close to you guys. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing. What I've done is I've placed all of the clippings inside of a clear cup, as well as a red cup. This is the peekaboo method. I'm placing a plastic bag, a recycled plastic bag, over the top with a rubber band to secure the plastic bag. This is the Asian pear that I received. I have 2 of these, and I'm just placing the bag over the top and putting it back inside the soil. Looks like it kind of got loose a little bit, so I'm going to have to firm it. I'm going to have to firm it again because it came loose. So I'm going to take this rubber band down and firm it back up. Don't want any air pockets around it. And then put the bag back like so. There we go. No, there was 1 Asian pear, 1 fig. So this is the Asian pear. And I'm doing this very same thing with every last one of the clippings. And because the soil is not that moist, I'm going to put just a drop of water in the bottom so that the soil becomes moist. And I'm going to place this in my indoor greenhouse, just like that. So right over there. Now this is the fig, I do believe, and I did mark everything on the cup. You can't see it, but I did write it on the cup right there. There we go. Fig, and then today's date. And I put a little bit of water in the bottom and placed it over there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of these cups, and then I'll be right back. That's it. Now everything has been placed inside of a cup. Everything has been labeled on the cup with today's date. Everything was watered in the shed, but I'm going to put a little bit of water inside of the cup because the soil still feels like it is not moist enough. And then once I do that, I'm going to place all of these inside of the indoor greenhouse and keep an eye on them because all of them, the leaves were extremely dry. The cambium layer was on some of them. It looked very, very dry. The bark, the cambium layer looked like it may not survive. So I don't know if these are going to survive. And this is rainwater that I brought in from outside. I'm going to do my best to keep these alive. I'm going to keep an eye on them. And we're going to call it a day. Now the last one that I have over here that I did out in the shed, this one is one of the white pomegranates. All of these here that you see on the table in front of you, these are all white pomegranates. 2, 4, I have 6 white pomegranates. So I am only going to keep probably one. And if they all survive, I am going to bless someone else with some others. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one.